Good morning, Rokeby Primary School. Hope everyone's doing really well. I'm here to set you your week 6 challenge. Okay, now before we start our week 6 challenge, I'm going to tell you the equipment and ingredients and things that you need to get now. Okay, so then you can pause the video, go and get it, and then you can follow me along as you go. Okay, so these are the list of things that you're going to need. Okay, you're going to need some salt. Okay, you're going to need about 10 grams of salt. Okay, you're going to need an empty glass jar. Okay, some hot warm water, okay, because we need to make the salt dissolve in it. Okay, a spoon for mixing, some rocks or some sand or some stones that you can put in the bottom of your glass jar. Okay, and then you're also going to need to go and explore around your house to try and find between 6 and 10 different kinds of materials. Okay, so my materials that I've gone for some scourer, I have got some foil, plastic, I've got foam, I've got some pink tack as opposed to blue tack, I've got cotton pad, and I have got some paper. Okay, now it's up to you what different materials you get, okay, but now is your chance to go and get them. Okay, so after 3 you can pause the video and then off you go. 1, 2, 3. And now you're back with me. Okay, so your week 6 challenge then is all about science, okay, and it's to do with using your observational skills. Okay, so that's all about using your looking eyes to observe changes. Okay, and you're also going to be focusing on using prediction. Okay, so looking at what you think is going to happen using all that knowledge you've already got in your mind, okay, about materials and your science experiments that you've already done before. Okay, now your science experiment this week, okay, is all to do with celebrating World Earth Day, okay, and that happened last Wednesday on the 22nd of April. Okay, so Earth Day is about celebrating our glorious, amazing world, okay, and how it has evolved and how it's changing to try and suit our needs, but actually how also we are significantly impacting on it, and especially on the oceans. Okay, so we are going to be really focusing on our oceans, okay, and what the different materials that we are using, that we are littering, that we are throwing away is actually doing to our oceans. Okay, so this is where your observational skills come in, and all that equipment that we asked for. Okay, so you are going to be making your own ocean in a bottle. Okay, your own ocean in the bottle is going to have your stones at the bottom, all that equipment in, and what you are going to be doing, okay, is observing the changes that happen to those materials you selected. Okay, and this is not just an experiment you can do within an hour. Okay, you can continue using these observational skills over a week, 2 weeks, 3 months, a year even. Okay, you can keep going for as long as you want to. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, okay, I wanted to make mine as much like an ocean as possible, so I went and hunted around the garden for some stones. Okay, I didn't have any sand, otherwise I would have used sand for my seabed. Okay, so there we go, so I have my stones in the bottom to make it look like an ocean. Okay, and then also in a jug I'm going to mix, okay, my 10 grams of salt with some water. Okay, you only need probably about 300 grams of water, 300 mils, sorry, of water. Okay, right, so I'm going to mix my salt into there. Okay, now the reason I'm putting salt in it is because we're trying to replicate actually what the ocean water's like. Okay, we don't just want cold water, we don't just want tap water. Okay, we're trying to make it exactly like the water would be in the sea. Okay, now me and my girls did this the other day. Okay, and for them to really understand how salty the water is, we had a little test of it. As you can imagine, it came spitting back out. Okay, but you try it. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Okay, so it's really salty, that water is. So after you've mixed it all up and it's all dissolved, okay, you're going to pour it into your own ocean. Okay, there we go. So I've got my makeshift ocean now. Okay, now that I've mixed my salt and my water in there, okay, to create it, I'm now going to put my different materials in. Okay, but before I put my different materials in, we really want to make sure that we can observe really carefully the changes that are going to happen. Okay, so what I've done, I have created a chart that I can record my information on. Okay, so I'll try and zoom in for you. Okay, so all the different materials that I'm going to use, I've stuck down the side. So like I said, I've got my scourer, my cotton pad, my paper, some foam, plastic, foil and pink tack. Okay, and then I have created different boxes. You might need to use extra paper if you're going to keep observing for quite a while. And I've put day 1, week 1, week 2, You might look at it after the first couple of hours. It's entirely up to you. But then I've got these boxes, so then I can record my observations, okay? How these materials change over a period of time in our water, okay? And that's going to really help us think about actually how we're impacting on our environment and what we're actually doing to our oceans with all the different materials we are using and that we're throwing away and that we're not recycling, okay? And not only what it's doing to our oceans, but what it's doing to our animals that are in our oceans, okay? There's been a massive focus over the past few years on trying to minimise the impact we're having on those oceans, especially areas like the Great Barrier Reef, okay? Because the abundance of plastic that is being found in there is really changing those the coral reefs, okay? So make your little chart first, okay? So then you can compare when you do take everything out of your jar in the end, or when you are having a look at it, you can clearly compare what it looked like at the beginning to what it looks like now, okay? So now that you've done, hopefully, all done your observation chart, okay, I'm going to put my paper in first, okay? I'm going to put my pink tack in. I'm now going to put my cotton pad in, okay, my scourer. You can use any different materials that you think you would like to test to see the difference on. My foil, okay, plastic, and my foam, okay? So after I've put all that in, okay, I'm going to screw the lid up, okay? Make sure obviously you keep it in a safe place in your house where you're not going to knock it over because it is glass, so it is breakable, okay? So you have now made your own makeshift ocean, okay? So now what you're going to do for me then, you're going to observe it today, okay? Maybe even observe it tomorrow, then over a week, over 2 weeks, and see what changes you can notice, okay? It's a great opportunity to talk to your families or your friends over text messages or whatever device you're using to try and communicate with your friends. You can compare what's happening, okay? Compare what you're finding from your ocean to what your friend's finding, okay? Make those predictions, have those discussions with people, okay? And see what you can notice happening. Okay, I would really love to hear all about your observations, okay? So you can let us know through our Rokeby Facebook page, okay? You can email me at brynley.h@stowvalley.com, okay? Or you can also contact me on Class Dojo, okay? And let me know what your findings happening to all those different materials that you have put in your ocean, okay? Let's see if we can really start thinking about the impact we're having on our world, okay, and bringing in all that scientific knowledge, okay? Now, me and my girls did this the other day, okay, and here's our makeshift one that I had already done before, okay? And I must admit, we didn't notice too much after the first hour, but we've had it in here for a week now, and we're noticing really significant changes, okay? Especially to the materials that we thought were going to disintegrate, okay? That we didn't think were going to have much of an impact, and that we just thought was going to disappear, okay? Really different to what we thought it was going to be, and it's really made me start to think about what impact I might be having on the environment, okay? So get cracking on your week 6 challenge. Please send me all your information about it. Remember, it's in celebration of Earth Day, okay? Take care, look after yourselves, and I can't wait to hear what you've been doing. All right, bye.